So the issue with this comment is that it's three separate events and it's leaving out key context that explains why those events happened the way they did. In addition, it's mostly just wrong. So starting with the Oklahoma City bombing on April 19th, 1995. Number one, the Murrah building was made of reinforced concrete, not steel. Number two, you see this beam that runs across the front of the building right here? This is a transfer beam. It was there to hold up the front section of the building to give it this little entryway area right here. When McVeigh parked his Ryder truck somewhere right around here, it detonated, it lifted this transfer beam up, which then came crashing down, dropping the front of the building down and causing the front of the building to collapse. The three steel frame buildings reference is clearly the Twin Towers in World Trade Center 7. However, the key context surrounding that is that the Twin Towers were hit by planes and all of their fireproofing material had been blown off by the impact of the planes, and then they were allowed to sit burned uncontrolled on multiple floors for over an hour before collapse of those structural members. Now, the confusion with World Trade Center is that it is believed that all of the building collapsed at once, but that is not the case. It collapsed at the impact location where the steel had weakened to about 50% of its strength due to continuous burning. You see, steel beams don't have to melt in order to fail. They just have to be heated to a point where they can no longer support the load that they have, which is what happened in both the North and the South Tower. In addition to key structural members also having been sheared off by being hit by 767s. Now, World Trade Center 7 collapsed because, number one, it's the only steel structure that I'm aware of in the entire world that was allowed to have 18 floors fully involved with fire for 8 hours without any fire suppression activities whatsoever. All of the sprinkler systems in the building were destroyed by the collapse of the two giant towers next to it. It was also hit by a significant amount of debris from the two giant towers that fell next to it. The mystery of the World Trade Center 7 collapse is not actually a mystery if you sit and think about it for longer than 3 seconds. And then as far as cars melting in Maui during the Maui wildfire, the aluminum melts at about 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. You can melt an aluminum can in your fireplace if you want to. You can melt an aluminum can in your fire pit in your backyard. It's not hard. Cars are significantly aluminum and they will melt like this whenever they are on fire. Now, the reason that you can see trees still standing next to burnt cars after basically every wildfire is because trees have a ridiculous amount of water inside them. And in order for them to burn properly, all of that water has to be evaporated out first, which takes a significant amount of time. If you look at the trunks of trees after wildfires, the exterior will be slightly burnt, but it will not burn into the actual trunk because there is so much water there. Context is important in all disasters.